In the heart of Florida's misty, wild Everglades, where the thick swamp air hums with the songs of cicadas and the waters ripple with unseen movements, there is an old story locals rarely share with outsiders. This tale, passed down through generations, warns of a spectral creature, one that glows softly, haunting the swampy waterways. They call it the ghost snake. Now, folks say that the ghost snake wasn't always a spirit. Many years ago, it was a massive Burmese python, one of the largest anyone had ever seen. It grew to over 20 feet long, thick as a tree trunk, and moved with the silent power of a predator that knows it's at the top of the food chain. It had lived peacefully in the swamp, undisturbed and unbothered, until people began to invade its territory. This mighty python roamed free, keeping the balance of the Everglades ecosystem intact. The locals respected it, considering it a symbol of the swamp's natural order. But as time passed, more and more people ventured into the Everglades. Tourists, hunters, and developers didn't see the swamp as a sacred. To conquer, a group of snake hunters entered the Everglades, determined to capture the python. They were thrill seekers, eager to make a name for themselves and boast of their conquest. The locals warned them, whispering tales of the swamp's mysteries and the python that wasn't to be trifled with. But the hunters laughed it off, shrugging off the stories as superstition. They were sure they'd bag their prize and be home by sundown. Armed with nets, spears, and ropes, the hunters went deep into the swamp, trampling through the mangroves and disturbing the creatures that lived there. They didn't realize that they weren't just after a creature, they were intruding on a force of nature. For hours, they scoured the wetlands, wading through the murky waters and listening for any sign of their target. And then they saw it gliding through the water with a slow, graceful elegance, a massive python, its scales gleaming in the patches of sunlight filtering through the dense canopy. The hunters grinned, their excitement palpable. But as they moved closer, the python turned its head to face them, its yellow eyes narrowing with an ancient wisdom and a hint of sadness. The men threw their nets, their spears, and ropes, struggling to bring the creature down. The python fought back fiercely, thrashing and hissing, coiling itself around its attackers with the strength of a creature that knew it had a right to be there, that it was a protector of the land. But the men were too many and too determined. After an intense struggle, the mighty python fell. As its massive body lay motionless on the swamp floor, a deep silence settled over the Everglades. The hunters were triumphant, but the swamp around them seemed to mourn. In the days that followed, strange things began to happen. The hunters fell ill, struck by fever and nightmares. One of them claimed to see the python's eyes glowing in the darkness, watching him, reminding him of what he had done. His friends brushed it off as paranoia. But soon enough, each of them began to see it too, a faint, eerie light winding through the swamp, watching them from the shadows. One by one, the hunters left town, abandoning their prize and refusing to speak of the python again, and for good reason. The townsfolk say that the python's spirit rose from its body, transformed by its final battle, and became the legendary ghost snake of the Everglades. Now, if you walk through the swamp at night, you might see it, a long, faintly glowing form slithering through the mist. They say it watches over the Everglades, punishing those who disrespect the land and protecting those who honor it. Some brave souls who have come too close swear they've seen its ghostly eyes, filled with the same fierce wisdom as they were in life. But there's more to the story. Locals have learned to see the ghost snake as a guide. If you find yourself lost or in danger, especially if your intentions are pure, the spirit of the python might lead you to safety, winding through the trees, flickering in the mist, lighting your way like a lantern in the darkness. Many claim they owe their lives to the ghost snake, saying that without its guiding glow, they would never have made it out of the swamp. To this day, the Everglades remain a place of reverence, and the story of the ghost snake serves as a reminder that nature demands respect. The Everglades is not just a swamp, it's a living, breathing world with spirits that protect it. For those who venture into its depths with respect, it is a place of breathtaking beauty. But for those who come with greed or disregard, it's a place where legends come to life and old spirits wait. Outro. Thank you for listening to today's tale from American Folktales. If you enjoyed hearing about the ghost snake of the Everglades, remember that there are many more stories waiting to be told, each with a message, a mystery, or a moral. From haunted hills to rivers watched by spirits, these tales remind us that some things can't be seen, only felt, and sometimes legends are more than just stories. So next time you step into nature, remember to tread lightly, for you never know which spirits may be watching. And if you want more stories like this one, subscribe to American Folktales and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new adventure into the unknown. Until next time, stay curious, stay respectful, and remember, spirits of the land are always watching.